What's up, everybody? I am Mason from the Mockbuster YouTube channel, and this sexy man, Ken from Mid-Level Media, call to arms to all YouTubers to talk about Westerns in this month of January. And I thought this was a perfect timing because, this month I was kind of like, weary on what I wanted to watch. Obviously October, you got Halloween movies. November, you got, Black Friday, so you're shopping, getting all these new movies. December, you got Christmas movies. January, I don't know. Maybe I'm not too, well versed in movies, but how many good, New Year's, movies are there? So, you can't really drag it on for the entire month. So when Ken from Mid-Level Media said, "Hey, let's all watch Westerns," and I'm like, "Whoo!" Now that is something I can get behind. As a person who had a father who grew up in the 60s, he loves Westerns, and he kind of, transitioned that on to me. Now, when it comes to physical media, I don't really have so many movies because, what we like to do is on the weekend, we'd watch AMC, and AMC played so many Westerns, all of the classics. But I actually like Western TV shows a lot, because, some people wake up on Saturday morning, watch, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Spider-Man, the animated series, Batman the animated series. I would sit back and watch episodes of Rifleman and Rawhide. Yeah. Because the Westerns I was watching were very dark in tone, and I didn't really like the lighthearted kind of Western. But when I would want a lighthearted Western fix, I usually watch TV shows. But I'm going to talk about some of these Western movies that I have. Some of them I haven't really watched. Some of them I love. So here we have the first of the Shanghai movies, and that is Shanghai Noon. You can't go wrong. Jackie Chan is very underappreciated when it comes to these ways of, he has a really he's very comedic, he's very funny, he's very charismatic is what I was trying to look for. He's very charismatic, he's very funny, he's a really good actor, and like watch The Foreigner if you don't believe me. And he has that range where he can appeal to kids and appeal to adults in the same role. He's fresh off the hits of Rush Hour, and he just has he has very good chemistry when he's with people, with whether it's Chris Tucker or whether it's with Owen Wilson. Wow, a Chinese guy in the Wild West. Wow. So yeah, this is one of my favorite. This is definitely a favorite of mine when it comes to comedic Western films. It's just it was done really well. The action is actually surprisingly really well done because, Jackie Chan does his own stunts and he does his own choreography. So the hand-to-hand combat fighting is really funny. It's really good. The story is very funny. The dialogue between these two are very funny. Everyone gives a good performance, and it's actually a great watch. If you haven't seen the second one, not so much, but the first one was a great film. If you haven't seen Shanghai Noon 2000, it's great. Next is getting into more of the TV shows is Bonanza. Lauren Green, Michael Landon at their best. I just love this series. It comes to 6 hours, 2 DVDs, and you just can't say much more about this. This is one of the groundbreaking TV shows. I got this a long time ago, and it's a DVD, obviously, but it's been through the ringer. Oh, Jesus Christ, look at that. But for moving and stuff. But it's a great show. But I didn't really pick up a lot of TV shows on physical media because, again, I'd watch it on AMC, and that's where you get that Western fix. But yeah, I need to get more Westerns on physical media because looking back at my collection, I'm like, damn, I'm really lacking. But a lot of Westerns I do have are on these packs, and this is a 4-pack, 4-pack comes with Joshua, Kid Vengeance, Four Road Out, and Cry Blood Apache. I haven't seen any of these films. These are the films that my dad would buy. This is at a record store. I would get the music, and he would get the Western movies. I really need to give all these another spin, because these all sound great. Lee Van Cleef, are you kidding me, bro? Fred Williamson, great actors, and I really need to give these. Have you seen these movies? The Great American Western. So I need to give these another spin. Next is Dodge Ram. Sam Elliott in 2 movies, Gone to Texas and Blue River. Now, I'm not going to lie, a lot of people discovered Sam Elliott through Western films. For me, I discovered him through Roadhouse and, of course, the Dodge Ram narrator and all that stuff. But great films. You can't really go wrong. Sam Elliott really portrays that really badass, deep, gravelly voice. It's like, You don't want to mess with me, buckaroo. I don't know. But yeah, Sam Elliott, you gotta love that mustache. I mean, you can't go wrong with Sam Elliott's mustache. Next is one of the more recent, this I think is like one of the last DVDs I got on DVD actually, and it is The Missing. I got this at Walmart a long time ago. I remember not liking it as much. I mean, I was hoping I'd like it more. I think it's like a ghost or something. I have no idea. I do not remember this movie at all, but I remember not liking it as much as I would have expected, especially with Tommy Lee Jones and Cate Blanchett. Again, it's a decent movie. I still have to rewatch it. I still haven't watched this in 10 years, but it comes with 3 discs. I missed the day, 2 discs. I missed the days of all these, special bonus features. It comes with a lot. Short films of Ron Howard, 3 alternate endings, 11 deleted scenes, 11 behind-the-scenes featurettes, and much more. I mean, you can't really go wrong. If you love Tommy Lee Jones, I think he gives a decent performance in this. So yeah, The Missing. Now these are just the DVDs that I have starting off, and this one was, I do not like this movie. Frank and Jesse, Rob Lowe. Bill, I love Bill Paxton, but Rob Lowe in this film, he doesn't give off that bravado that he's like a badass. I mean, he looks like he is your mom's favorite actor. He's just not your dad's favorite actor. And when it comes to your dad's favorite actor, it has to be in a Western. Maybe in a rom-com he's good, but I don't know. It just didn't give. He didn't. You can't really believe that he's this badass cowboy. It just doesn't give off, and the vibe is throughout the entire movie. But again, it's okay. Frank and Jesse got this for very cheap at a a record store. So yeah, Frank and Jesse. Now these are great. You got 4-film collection. You got Yuma, The Gatling Gun, Proud and Damned, and The Sitting Bull. Proud and Damned. Chuck Connors, he's pretty old in here. Some of these are, I think, a bit controversial on their themes, especially after nowadays. But some of these are great films. Some of these are good films. Some of these you can sit down with a bowl of popcorn in the morning, just sitting down, watch some westerns. At least what I used to do, and it's a good 6 hours of your day. Anyways, yeah, this is a 4-pack. I love these 4-packs, and this all comes in one disc. This is the old school DVDs where it's like this, and there's no actual art on it, but it comes. But I hate these so much because you got 2 discs, but I think I smudged it right there. If you smudge it, you're fucked because you have to turn it around, I think, too. So yeah, I don't like those DVDs. Thankfully, they went they went extinct. But yeah, 4 Western film collection. And the last one, this is a classic. This is a must-own, and I need this on 4K. It's just it's from a boutique label, and from what I saw, it was around $45. So maybe I'll wait for it to be. And it wasn't with a slipcover. I kind of want it with a slipcover, and that is a classic. And it is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This is a bit harder to digest out of the entire Man with No Name trilogy because it is the longest. I think it's almost 3 something hours long. It is definitely the longest. But yeah, I actually kind of like Fistful of Dollars a lot more. Not a lot more, but it's more digestible, especially for people who are just getting into it. It has a very solid story where you can follow, okay, this guy, he has this, he's on a mission to get this, and it's very compact and very digestible. This one, it's more of a complex film. You're going to have different story arcs and different all that stuff. So it feels like a video game, actually. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly feels like a video game, but it's definitely a great film. A definite watch for anybody into cinema and who loves film. You need to give this at least one watch. Now, we talked about the DVDs. I, in fact, do have some Westerns on Blu-ray and actually a 4K. And that is this 4-pack of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, absolutely classic. The Comancheros, I've not watched that movie, and A Fistful of Dollars, as well as The Horse Soldiers. I mainly got this for Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid and Fistful of Dollars because those 2 movies are absolutely classic films. With great action scenes, great tense storytelling. The other ones are a bit goofy, a little silly, here I am here to save the day. Oh, I'll kiss you. Give me a kiss, for my duty, for me saving you. I don't really like those ones. But the Fistful of Dollars and Butch Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid is a great film. I'm glad I have this. This is one of the first Blu-rays I got. I think I got it by accident because I wanted them on DVD, but it comes this nice gatefold. If they probably did this today, it'd probably be all stacked together. But yeah, great films. Decent transfers, not the best. I remember watching Fistful of Dollars most recently, and it was transferred okay. It's not the greatest. It reminds me of a DVD transfer, just a little sharper. They didn't really do much remastering on this, but again, it's great to have these movies and at least on HD definition. So yeah, this 4-pack is great. I consider it more of a 2-pack. Like when I have it in my shelf, I label it as Fistful of Dollars instead of Comancheros and the Horse Soldiers. Next is Tombstone. I have not seen this in such a long time, but I love this movie. The performances are absolutely great from everybody. Tense storytelling. The script is great. Action is absolutely fantastic. And it's just one of those movies that you need to see. If you're a fan of action films and if you're a fan of like deep storytelling, you need to watch this film. I can't gush over this movie enough. And guess what? It's based off of real events. A lot of like Doc Holliday and all that stuff. They're all real people. So I'm really excited to rewatch this. And is there a 4K? I'm not too sure. If there is, I'm definitely gonna buy it. But if not, come on, dude, we need a 4K of this. But Tombstone on standard Blu-ray. You can't really go wrong. Another movie is a movie I actually haven't seen yet, which I slapped myself in the face. But I got this kind of recently at the flea market, at the flea market, and it is Unforgiven. Some people, 4 Academy Awards for Best Picture, which include Best Director, Editing, and Supporting Actor, which is absolutely crazy. Now, say what you will, you don't crucify me, but I feel like the True Grit remake is a lot better than the original movie. That could be mainly because I don't like John Wayne and his portrayal of whoever he is. I don't look at him as that true badass cowboy, but Jeff Bridges really portrays that old school tough guy, like get over, and all that stuff. He portrays that a lot better than John Wayne. John Wayne's just a tubby guy. He's tall, but he's tubby, and he doesn't really look like he can actually, beat up somebody. But Matt Damon, Josh Brolin, and even the girl from what's her face from Bumblebee and Hawkeye is in this movie. They all give great performances, and this is actually a surprising thing because I remember my dad watching this with my dad. And we were surprised at how good this was because we try to catch every single Western movie in the theaters. Like I watched the latest one I watched was Hostiles. I need to watch that Tom Hanks Western movie. I forgot, News of the World. I need to watch that as well as that stuff. And I remember my dad even went to the theaters to watch Jonah Hex, which I mean, it's a comic book movie. I haven't seen it, but he said it was terrible. Like he fell asleep halfway through the movie. But I mean, I have to rewatch it. But again, it's with Josh Brolin as well. Josh Brolin, I think so. And yeah. So yeah, True Grit, I prefer the remake over this. It's beautifully shot. The cinematography is actually a lot better than the original, and it's a great cast, great action, great storytelling, and yeah, I mean that's what I love about westerns is that it's such a dark story, but it's able to be told without making you so depressed. Anyways, next is a modern western, and that is Django Unchained, Quentin Tarantino. I haven't watched this since I saw it in the theaters. This is still in the cellophane. I got this such a long time ago. But yeah, a bloody good time from start to finish. We need this on 4K. We need the Hateful Eight on 4K because I love those films. But yeah, everyone gives in a great performance. Christoph Waltz, Jamie Foxx, Leonardo DiCaprio. I wasn't really sold on Jamie Foxx as an actor. I know he's a comedy guy and I know he sings and stuff like that. But as a serious actor, once I watched this, because I haven't watched Collateral until recently, and I know he was great in Collateral. But then I watched this, I'm like, ooh, I can't wait. And then I realized, and then they announced him in the Spider-Man film, like, ooh, I can't wait. And then he was really shit. And Amazing Spider-Man 2. But Django Unchained, a great modern Western. Sometimes a bit serious where like it makes you feel so many emotions. You're happy, you're sad, you laugh, you get stressed. I got stressed watching this movie. So much stuff happens, and yeah, just a great film and a must watch. It's one of his classics, up top. I would say top 3 Quentin Tarantino films. Next, the last standard Blu-ray is 310 to Yuma. A great film. I prefer this actually over the original one. This one just has a lot more grit to it. It's able, because it's been made recently, it has able to have a better looking, cinematography, as well as, just a quality. Maybe back in the day, those stars were huge, but I didn't really, relate to them. But you have Russell Crowe and Christian Bale. Those are some big stars, and they just perform really well. Both actors are great in this film. Action is intense, and it's just a great film. One of these early Blu-rays. So yeah, I actually kind of like that. 310 to Yuma, one of my dad's favorite westerns, and definitely one of mine as well. And I have one 4K. I have still never seen it. This is from my a Shoppers Drug Mart, which is a drugstore, and it is Hickok with Chris Christopherson and Luke Hemsworth and Trace Adkins and Bruce Dern. Crazy film. The third brother of the Hemsworth brothers, the lesser known Hemsworth brother. Which is crazy is I got this a 4K at a drugstore, which is absolutely insane, and I got it for like $9. And which is crazy is I went to my local physical media store, Cinema One, and they were selling it for like $45 or $34, one of those insane prices, and I was like, geez Louise. But again, I haven't seen this film, but what I'm scared is that this is a Timothy Woodward Jr. film. And if you guys don't know, I've made one review, like not a 4K, but a story review of his other movie called Silencer. That was a terrible movie. So I'm guessing this is also going to be a terrible movie. But, I had to just, I saw this at a drugstore. I'm like a 4K Blu-ray at a drugstore. So I had to pick it up. Yeah. So yeah, those were my my entire Western collection. I don't have too much because, again, I usually watch it on TV. So I definitely need to make a priority of actually going out and buying more Western Blu-rays and 4Ks, because I know a bunch of them are now getting, well, they've been, past couple years, been getting 4K releases. So I need to get those. And yeah, because, a lot of people were like sick and tired of Westerns. For me, a Western is like disco in a certain sense, where, depending on the certain disco you listen to, it's really good fucking music. Same with Westerns, it's really good movies. And you just gotta pick out the diamonds in the rough, because I know a lot of people they just shit on Westerns, but Westerns is a great genre. You're able to get so many like emotions out of a Western. Again, you can do a comedy Western, you can do a depressing Western, a serious Western, a thriller Western, an action Western. There's so many different, and it's just ripe for movies when it comes to that era, that rich time period. I love me some time period films, and it's just Westerns are great films, just in general. I mean, if I could pick a genre I love the most, it's probably Westerns, because you get comedy, you get action, all that stuff. And please, let's bring back the Westerns. I'm getting sick and tired of all these superhero films getting so much bravado. Let's get some Westerns in there, And thank you so much for watching the video, man. I am Mason for the Mockbuster YouTube channel. Please, please, please have a good day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you watch this. Please stay safe. God bless, and cheers, guys. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below your favorite Western movies from me. I would probably say, anything Clint Eastwood makes is great. One of them, including the modern ones, like I need to watch The Harder They Fall. I heard that's a great film. I saw the first 10 minutes of it, and it has the guy from Loki, I think the Watcher or whatever. That looks great. So yeah, anyways, and I want to say check out Mid-Level Media's channel. Obviously he has 7,000 subscribers, so my thing is not gonna attribute to whatever, but I mean, he's a great YouTuber. One of the reasons why I started YouTuber, him, the Flick Pick, and Durant Cinema, they're still going strong, and they're just great YouTube channels, so I'll link them down below. Anyways, cheers, guys. Have a good night, and I'm gonna go to sleep and end this video. Cheers, guys. Peace.